Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to episode 3 of Working Redstone. Today I'm going to be showing you how to build a single piston wheat farm. So let's get started. Okay, so the first thing we're going to want to do is build our water trenches. So we will count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then we'll count one more. And then we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So if we've done this properly, we should have 17 blocks across. Now, if you're using the new snapshot, or if 1.3 is out, you might want to use ice in these trenches. So we're going to dig one more block out and we're going to put ice across all of this except in the middle block. Let's see, how many was that? That was 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we'll do the same thing over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we'll place our water streams here, and we'll place another one over here. Now, let's get started on the actual building. Okay, so what we're going to want to do is from the center block, we're going to want to count 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're going to want to count 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And then back here, we're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4. And then here, we're going to place a water bucket. And then we're going to count 3 from over here. 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to place... Wait. Yes, that's right. We're going to place another one over there. Okay. So that's where our water streams need to go. Now we're just going to put the border around where our actual farm is going to go. So actually, we're actually going to end up covering up both of these. So you didn't actually need to till that soil there that I tilled in the back. I just did that just to count. You can also put a wall here as well. And we'll end off the corner. And then you're going to want to make this wall that I just built, we're going to want to make it too high. So I'll go ahead and do that off camera, and then I'll get back to you. Okay, I went ahead and built it too high. You might have noticed that in the back I left 2 indentions on both sides. Now, when you're using this farm, unless you're using the new snapshot, you're not going to be able to use this back row. So, if you're not using the new snapshot, go ahead and put any block you want, just so you remember not to put seeds here, because any seeds you put here will be wasted unless you're using the new snapshot. Alright, so, or maybe version 1.3. Anyway, let's get started on the actual water streams. Okay, so I'm on the back wall here, and what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to basically build a pyramid all the way up. We'll do this really quick. Actually, after I do the first few, I can probably do this off camera. And you'll be able to see the basic idea. So I'll be right back after I'll finish this, and I'll be right back. Now, as you can see, I went ahead and I built my pyramid. I went ahead and hollowed out the inside of it. Just to save blocks, you can do that if you want. Just build it without the inside. I'm in creative mode, so I'm not worried about saving blocks. Now, you're going to want to make sure that you're working with an uneven number. Like if we were working with 16 in here, 16 across, we would not be able to do this. That's how come the 17th middle block is important. So anyway, let's go ahead and get started on the roof. Now, for the roof, I'm going to use glowstone. You can use pumpkins. It's a little bit harder to place because pumpkins need a block below them. So you have to basically, in order to use the, well, let's get jack-o'-lanterns here. In order to use the jack-o'-lanterns, what you would have to do is you would have to place down a block, you'd have to place the jack-o'-lanterns on top of the block, and then you'd have to take out the block, which is a big hassle. It's much easier just to use a piece of glowstone. Now, you don't even really need this, I don't think. You can just use put lighting along the sides here, but I'm not going to guarantee that all of your farm is going to get lit, and you also might want to build it outdoors, because if it's not lit for a good period of time, I think it actually decays. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna put the ceiling on. As you see, you can place everywhere but right up against this pyramid, and you can even at the end here, you can even place it there. So anyway, you basically, you're going to want to build it out to here, and then you can actually, you don't need one there, you just need it there. And then we're going to go ahead and fill off this roof, and then we'll be done. If you're building it outdoors and you don't have glowstone, if you're doing this early game, do not put a roof on it. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and fill this, and then I'll be back. Okay, so now we've finished with our roof, and we're going to need somewhere to place the water. This is where the ingenuity comes in. I'm going to go ahead and get to the top of the pyramid. Now, I'm sure this has been done before, but I haven't found any tutorials on single piston automatic wheat farms. So we're going to go ahead and build two up. We're going to take the bottom one out. That's very important to build two up and take the bottom one out. And then we're going to basically put a plus sign around here. If you're not playing in creative, you can build this out there and put another one up there and do that. Now, there's two ways we can prevent the water from let me get back up here in the air. There's two ways we can prevent the water from like flooding this area out here. We can either build little trenches so water doesn't come out here like that. Build like little walls on it so it only flows this way. You can do that. If you're building underground, you really might not need to worry about it. But another way is just to dig like a little trench behind the back here. And yes, that is going to come out, but you know, it's not really a big deal. We can also, if you really don't want to see the water coming out from back here, there is another, oh no, oh no. I have to figure out where I need to place that water back. Hang on. I'll show you how to fix it really quick if you do the same thing. So we have 3, and then we have 1, 2, 3, so the water would go in there. Alright, so I actually pulled out the right place. So, like I was saying, if you don't want to see these streams back here all the time, another way that you can fix the issue is to use either blocks, or you could also use half slabs. I think we'll go ahead and use half slabs just for the so it'll look nice. We'll put them all along here and back here, and this will just keep any water from flooding out that way in that direction. Oh, look, it's a village. So now that we have this set up, we can actually take a okay, well, you're not supposed to set it up this way, but we can work around that. This is actually supposed to be one taller, but we'll just do that and call it a day. And then we'll place the water in here. This will flood the wheat field. And we'll put a block on top. Then we will grab our lever right here. So far everything's working nice. And we'll put it right there. Oh, okay, what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to remove that, place a normal block there, place the lever on top of it. So here's where our redstone comes in. We grab a torch, we grab the redstone. I don't think we'll need a repeater, but we'll grab one anyway. And we'll go ahead and we'll build our vertical wire up. And actually, to decrease the time that it takes to trigger the piston, let's, instead of building the vertical wire like that, let's build stairs up. And then, when we get to this place right here, now we have to use some vertical wire. Not a huge issue. Let's go ahead and place the redstone on top so we can do some testing. And go ahead and flip this. Turns off the torch, nice. It's working just as it's supposed to. And we'll place this here. And on top of that. So now we're only using one torch, so the delay shouldn't be that much. So we come down here and we try it out. We flip our wire and the water comes down, floods the field. We flip it again and the water shuts off, and while it is running it'll come and take all the wheat to us if we had wheat in here. So let's go ahead and make sure it works, get everything ironed out, and I'll be back. Okay, so as you can see, all the wheat is grown. All I did was add a wall here and a little step downward, and some glass here so we could see inside. And we will go ahead and give this a proper test. So we pull the lever and now we wait. And all the wheat comes to us. Now, you could just add a button here and go up and replant all this yourself. There's no real need to wait for it to come to you because you're going to have to get back up in there anyway. Now, one nice thing about this design is if you're playing on a multiplayer server, or if you're worried about like animals or whatever, or monsters trampling your crops, anything that's too tall cannot trample crops. So if it's 2 blocks tall, it won't be able to trample the crops in here. Unless, of course, it's standing here. But if you're playing in 1.2.5, you're going to have like a layer of brick on this back wall anyway. So I hope this has been informative. This is Working Redstone Episode 3. And remember to have fun.